Patch 7.3 AC buffed his Bone Guard Facet and pumped up the skeleton duration. But with the right picks, mana pressure, and item timing, Wraith King melts. Twice. Let's break it down. I'm gonna show you how to crush Wraith King in this video. At first I'm gonna show you the worst matchups for Wraith King for each role. First we have Puck in mid. Wraith King has a 43.6% win rate against Puck in mid, so it's a very good hero to pick against him. Puck is very elusive, can control him in teamfights, can silence him so he doesn't stun you. Also, he can cancel his dagger when he reincarnates, so Puck is a really good pick against Wraith King. Next up, we have Bristleback on offlane. Wraith King only has a 45.2% win rate against Bristleback. Because Bristleback can control him with his slows in teamfights, Wraith King gets a lot of minus armor and he can't fight anymore, he's just gonna die quickly. Bristleback can just one-on-one fight him because of the minus armor, and Bristleback is really strong against physical damage. And if you see the enemy picking Wraith King, just pick Bristleback. Wraith King only has a 47.1% win rate against Morphling on the carry role. That's because Morphling on lane against offlane Wraith King is very good. If you get stunned and he summons the skeletons and you wave, the skeletons will lose aggro on lane, so he doesn't kill you. Especially in mid-game, Morphling's timings are faster than Wraith King's timings. A Morphling can just kill a Wraith King in mid-game. And in late-game, Morphling has so much damage against Wraith King that Wraith King can't tank anything against Morphling and he just dies to Morphling. So in conclusion, Morphling is one of the best carry picks right now against Wraith King. Now we get to the supports. Shadow Shaman on 5 is really good against Wraith King. Shadow Shaman can control him in teamfights. He can shackle him, he can hex him twice. Also, Shadow Shaman can kill the skeletons very easily with this Q. Now we get to the position 4. Wraith King only has a 47.1% win rate against Lion. That's because Lion has very good controls like Shadow Shaman. He can control the skeletons in the early game, he can control the Wraith King in the early game. But on top of that, he has the mana burn. Mana burn forces Wraith King to buy a shard very early, which means he has his farming items way slower, and this means he has less farm in the mid game, and he can't dominate the game in the mid game. These were the best meta picks right now for each role against Wraith King. Now we're going to go into the roles even deeper, and I'm going to show you which heroes you need to pick for each role to have a chance against Wraith King. Starting with the carry meta right now, PA and Lifestealer are the worst against Wraith King. Wraith King has a win rate of 66.5% against PA and a 61.2% against Lifestealer. If you want to win against Wraith King, you need to pick Morphling and Terrorblade, Anti-Mage or Juggernaut. Next up is Terrorblade. Terrorblade also has a high win rate against Wraith King. That's because of the illusions. The reflection is dealing huge damage to Wraith King. And Wraith King needs to stand next to Terrorblade to deal any damage, which allows Terrorblade to just swap the HP and win the fight. Also, Anti-Mage is very good against Wraith King right now. Anti-Mage forces Wraith King to get a shard very early, which slows down his farming speed very much. So, in summary, you need to pick Morphling, Terrorblade or Anti-Mage as a carry to win against Wraith King and have a chance. In the mid lane, there aren't very many good heroes against Wraith King right now. You should pick Puck or Invoker to have a chance. Invoker is very good because of the control. He can also EMP him, which also forces him to get a shard very early. Like I said, it slows down his farm speed very much. Puck just controls him in the team fight and is unkillable against Wraith King. Queen of Pain in your team also has a decent win rate against Wraith King with a 50% win rate. It's quite good considering that Wraith King has a win rate of 57% right now. Queen of Pain just controls him in the team fights with a slow and has a very big burst damage, so he can be bursted twice. In conclusion, you need to pick Invoker or Puck to have a very good chance against Wraith King. Now we're talking about the position 3 offlane heroes. As I said earlier, Bristleback is very good against Wraith King on lane and especially in team fights. Wraith King can't move at all. He also gets the minus armor, so Wraith King gets killed very easily. Next up is Tidehunter. Wraith King only has a 48.9% win rate against Tidehunter. That's because the Anchor Smash just kills all the skeletons. Tidehunter can heal with the Vlad against the skeletons. Also, Wraith King doesn't deal any damage to Tidehunter when Anchor Smashed. In teamfights, Wraith King just gets controlled by the Anchor and the Gush, and also the ult. Shaker is also quite good against Wraith King. That's because of the Slugger facet. If Wraith King stands in his skeletons, he just gets a huge amount of damage because of the Slugger facet plus the Echo Slam, which oftentimes also kills the entire team of Wraith King if the skeletons are summoned. Underlord and Darkseer are also very good against Wraith King right now. Underlord just controls him with a pit and can kill the skeletons very easily with his Rain of Fire. Darkseer is good because Darkseer always has a lot of aura items. He gets a disarm quite often. Also, the illusion is dealing very huge damage to the supports of Wraith King in teamfights. In summary, Underlord, Darkseer, Shaker, Tidehunter, and Bristle are quite good picks against Wraith King. There are not many good position 4 heroes right now against Wraith King. Lion is quite good against him because he can control him in the teamfights and mana drain him, which forces him to get the shard. Bounty Hunter is quite good against Wraith King because if he goes invisible, the skeletons won't kill him. So the skeletons lose aggro on Bounty Hunter after Bounty Hunter gets stunned. Tinker can control him in teamfights with his laser. So the overview shows us that there are not that many good support heroes right now against Wraith King. If you want to have an advantage, just pick Lion, Bounty Hunter, Tinker, Shaman or AA. This at least gives you a chance to rush Wraith King. Now we're talking about position 5 heroes against Wraith King in the meta. Shadow Shaman is quite good against Wraith King. He gets controlled in the teamfights by Shackle, by Hex. Also, Shadow Shaman can kill skeletons with his Q. Next up is Jakiro. Jakiro is also quite good against Wraith King with a Q, with a dual breath, and with the Ice Path. Wraith King can't move in the teamfights, especially on lane. Jakiro just kills Wraith King, so he doesn't get big and snowballs in the game. Tinker on 5 is also quite good. The shell provides status erasure on lane, so the stun doesn't last that long. He can also laser him in teamfights or in the early game, so Wraith King can't auto-attack anyone. Also, the March is just killing the skeletons. Clockwork on position 5 is also quite good against Wraith King with the mana burn and with the control he provides. If he gets Wraith King into 2 or 3 cogs in a teamfight, then he doesn't have ult anymore and just dies in the teamfight, especially in the early game, which also forces him to get shard, like I explained earlier, slows down the farming speed of Wraith King very much. So to sum up all the data I have provided you, the best heroes against Wraith King for each role are Morphling as a carry, Puck as a mid lane, Bristle as an off lane, Shadow Shaman as a position 5, and Lion as a position 4. Against Wraith King it's very important to have control in the team fights and mana burn in the team, so you force him to buy a shard which slows down his farming speed. Also, heroes that give huge minus armor like Bristleback or Tide are very good against him. So to sum up, the first step is to pick the right hero to counter Wraith King. Now we get to the items you need. The first good item against Wraith King is Glimmercape. If you use Glimmercape and he just used his stun skeleton combo on you, the skeletons will lose aggro on you and attack a different target. So you can get rid of the skeletons on you with Glimmercape. You can also dodge the Q stun from him if you press it fast enough, if he doesn't have vision on you. Overall, it's a very good item for low cost against Wraith King. The next good item against Wraith King is Solar Crest. Solar Crest as a support gives you a nice amount of HP, a nice amount of armor, and the active can really save you. It also can save your teammates and also gives your teammates nice damage to kill Wraith King. The next hard counter for carry hero is Diffusal Blade. Especially if you attack him in Wraith form and he uses his magic stick and you keep on attacking him, he doesn't have mana for ult and just dies in his Wraith form. So he needs to itemize against Diffusal Blade, which slows down his farm. Crimson Guard also works wonders against Wraith King. If you have the active online, you're not gonna get any damage. Your team is also protected against Wraith King, and in general he does less damage to you because of the Vanguard block. Another item you can get is Heaven's Halberd. It's a nice transition, especially for offlane heroes from Vanguard to Heaven's Halberd. It's only 800 gold, and you can disarm him so he doesn't deal any damage after his stun. Next up we have Shiva's Guard. Shiva's Guard gives you a lot of armor, also gives you some stats, and the active slows his attack speed, slows his movement speed, so he can't reach you. It kills the skeletons. Shiva's also decreases his lifesteal at his life region, which makes him easier to kill. Next up, I got 2 tips for you how to counter him on lane. You should always try to deny as much as possible. If he doesn't get any last hits, he doesn't have any skeletons, which makes him very weak on lane. Then there's the trick I already told you with the Glimmercape. If the skeletons lose vision on you, they will stop attacking you and attack another target. That's why you need to kite them around the trees and the skeletons won't follow you. If this video helped you counter Wraith King in your games, let me know in the comments. Like my video, subscribe to my channel for more meta analysis.